Alright guys, this is my review of WWE SummerSlam 2012, and I have to say I was pretty disappointed with this show. The 25th anniversary of SummerSlam, no less. I have to say that even, especially for SummerSlam, but even for a regular pay-per-view, this was disappointing. Just not a lot of good stuff here. It starts with the pre-show, Antonio versus Santino. They do some comedy spots here. Antonio rips up the Cobra and people cheer. Santino pulls out another Cobra and he gets distracted by Oksana. Antonio hits the pancake pile driver, gets the win. Finally, a new U.S. champion. I'm really looking forward to where they go with this. A lot of people think that this means they're going to bring back the European title instead. And I hope they keep it the U.S. title because I do like that belt. And I hope that they just keep it on Antonio and he does the whole I'm European yet I'm the US champion gimmick. And that'll get him some heat and hopefully that's where they go with it. The first match on SummerSlam is Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho. And Jericho comes out, he's got the ribs taped up from when Dolph tried to kill him with the giant metal cart thing. And he just takes everything. Jericho kicks out of a zigzag. Vicky holds his leg and Dolph rolls him up and he kicks out of that. And then eventually he gets Ziggler in the walls of Jericho and makes him tap out. And that was it. He took everything Ziggler had and still made him tap out. And now he's leaving to go on tour. So what was the point? I don't know. It didn't have the best build in the world. I was looking forward to this feud. And I was just disappointed. Even the match itself, it was a good match, but it wasn't like, oh my god, best match on the show or anything. It was alright. To be honest, I have to say the best match on the show for me was probably Sheamus versus Del Rio. And I can't even believe that myself. But I'll get to that in a little bit. So, Ziggler taps out. Backstage, Matt Striker is talking with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Heyman says that Lesnar will finish Triple H and break the spirit of the WWE, and if you're not down with that, we got two words for you: tap out. I thought that was great. Next match is Daniel Bryan versus Kane. Not a lot to this one either. Daniel Bryan goes for a diving headbutt. Kane catches him, hits a choke slam. He goes for the tombstone, and Daniel Bryan gets him in a small package and wins the match. Then he just kind of walks away. I'm glad. I hope this is over. I hope they can do something else with Kane. I believe it was Jericho Rocker who mentioned maybe they'll bring Mark Henry back as a face, turn Kane heel for the millionth time, and they can feud or something. I don't know, but I really hope Daniel Bryan can move forward into the title picture after this. Backstage, Kane is going crazy. Matthews tries to ask him a question. Kane throws him and says, where is he? He's freaking out trying to find him. Rey Mysterio versus Miz for the Intercontinental title. This was pretty good. Mysterio is Batman. He likes to come out dressed as different superheroes sometimes, and I think it's cool. He came out as Batman here. And Miz comes out with the big blow-up awesome thing that he used at WrestleMania that one year. And so Ray is getting, his moves in and everybody's cheering, and then I just see this person hold up a sign that says Ray sucks. I just started laughing at that, and Miz hits the skull-crushing finale. He wins. Great. That's awesome. Good match, and Miz won, so I think Miz really needed this win here. CM Punk goes to see AJ backstage. She doesn't talk to him. This was boring. Sheamus versus Del Rio for the world title. Del Rio's got a black scarf now. And they start the match off with some good brawling. Del Rio gets Sheamus in the armbar, but Sheamus powers out. He hits white noise on Del Rio. Del Rio kicks out. He actually exposes the turnbuckle at one point and drops Sheamus onto it and kicks him in the head, and he still kicks out. And this causes Del Rio to snap. He pulls in Ricardo. He slaps him around. And Ricardo is distracting the ref, and he throws his shoe at Del Rio. Del Rio misses it, and Sheamus catches it, hits him with the shoe, hits the backbreaker, and he pins Del Rio, and Del Rio gets a foot on the rope, and the ref doesn't see this. So Sheamus wins the match. And that's kind of bad. I thought it was a good match, and I thought these guys did a hell of a job out here. Because that shoe spot, it would have been really easy for them to botch that, and it came off great. So I have to give them credit for that. And during the replay, you can see Sheamus pull Del Rio's foot off the rope. So I thought that was kind of funny, but the downside is this is going to continue. I mean, it has to. And I'm pretty sure it's going to continue, but with Randy Orton thrown into the mix. If we're lucky, Wade Barrett. But I definitely see that as the direction they want to go with Randy Orton getting in here somewhere. So Triple H tells the ref the only way this match ends is by tap out or pinfall. He tells him to let us fight. Don't stop the match no matter what. Primetime Players versus Kofi and Truth for the tag titles. Truth was serious. That was good. I guess he left little Jimmy at home or something. And he came out. He was pissed off because he was jumped by Titus and Darren. So then I noticed that Kofi and Truth are wearing these new tights where they're like Superman or something. And I was instantly thinking, that's not a good sign. Why would they be having new gear to, make them stand out as a team if they're going to lose the belts? Because I really thought, Primetime Players would win this match. And of course they didn't. Truth hits the little Jimmy on Darren Young, and they win. So yeah, I really think that they were supposed to win the belts, but after AEW got fired, it's kind of like they held off on it. So I have to see what happens in the future, but yeah, I hope they continue to push these guys. But it's looking right now like Kofi and Truth are going to keep the belts for a little while longer because they got these new tights and maybe they want to build them up as a team. I don't know. This whole AEW thing is really hurting the tag division. And it's kind of like this one little incident has completely thrown out all their plans. So I don't know, but then we get the WWE title match, Punk versus Cena versus Big Show. Punk comes out wearing the Bret Hart colors. He goes for the GTS on Big Show, but he can't hold him up. Big Show's just way too big. Cena goes for the AA, but Cena gets Big Show up for the AA, and Punk comes in and does this spot again, hitting Big Show in the back, and this takes out Cena. It not only takes him out like, oh man, my back. He collapses and Punk covers him. Like Cena is sprawled out, like I am out. So Punk, choosing between Big Show and Cena, covers Cena. Why do they insist on doing this spot repeatedly? It looks stupid. He's running in and he hits Big Show and Cena collapses. And I understand the whole weight. Oh my God, Big Show's so heavy. But if he's strong enough to pick up someone the size of Big Show, do you really think Punk hitting the double axe handle on his back is going to change anything? Seriously? It's just a stupid spot, and I think this is the third or fourth time they've done it. So anyway, it comes down to Punk and Cena both getting Big Show in submissions, and he taps out. So they argue over who won. First thing I'm thinking is Hardcore Justice. They did this with Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. It's different, but still reminded me of that. So they're arguing over who actually got the win. AJ comes out, restarts the match. Cena hits the AA on Big Show, and Punk throws Cena out of the ring and steals the pin, keeping the title. So then we get the SummerSlam theme song performed. This was sad. No one cared. No one cared. You got, Michael Cole and people at ringside dancing, trying to get other people into it, and just nobody wanted to be into this. The Divas come out, they're dancing. The Funkadactyls are still doing hot drops on the stage, and I don't know, it was just kind of shit. I mean, nobody wants to watch this. And it just was a waste of time. Finally, the main event, Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Triple H with no one. And Triple H clotheslines Lesnar out of the ring twice. and this pisses Lesnar off. He takes his gloves off and he donkey punches Triple H in the back of the head. They brawl around outside. The announce table gets flipped over and Brock climbs on top of it and hits a gigantic judo chop to the back of Triple H's neck. Triple H throws Lesnar into the corner of the announce table and they play up Brock's stomach problems as his weakness. Brock's able to kick out of the pedigree. He low blows Triple H, hits the F5, but of course Triple H kicks out. Triple H hits another pedigree, and when he goes for the pin, Brock gets him in the Kimura lock, and Triple H is forced to tap out. And possibly he kayfabe broke his arm again. I'm not really sure because he didn't have any help at the end. He was just kind of keeping his arm down, but I don't know. Triple H tapped out. Lesnar leaves. Triple H refuses medical attention, and he gets a "you tapped out" chant, and then he just says "I'm sorry," and he leaves. That was the end of SummerSlam. I mean, that's exactly what happened. The match, I liked the way it ended because Lesnar needed this win, but the match kind of sucked. I mean, it's not like Brock can't go out there and do the MMA fighting match because we saw him do that with Cena and it was great. So this one just kind of sucked, I thought. Didn't really care much for it. And I would not be surprised if Triple H goes and demands he gets his win back. After hearing the fans chant "you tapped out," I think he's going to want his win back after this. Just that's what I feel is going to happen. Hope I'm wrong and they go with Taker versus Lesnar. But yeah, I just had that feeling when they were chanting "you tapped out." But yeah, I guess that's it. That was SummerSlam 2012, the 25th anniversary of SummerSlam. And it's kind of a disappointing show. And that's how I felt about it overall at the end. I was happy Lesnar won, but I mean, yeah, it wasn't a great match or anything, and the show just kind of ended. I expected more out of the triple threat match. I expected more out of a lot of stuff here tonight, but yeah, that was it. So anyway, hope you guys liked this video. Leave your thoughts on SummerSlam in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Bye.